Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Ice is on the ground in Minnesota, and so is ICE. We got a white man, an armed white man, who says he's ready for ICE and anybody else who tries to come into his neighborhood kicking up dust. Man said, this is my block. I don't go to anybody else's block starting trouble, and they better not come to my block starting trouble. I don't care who they are. Yeah, fam. Check it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you live in the neighborhood?
Yep, this is my block, this is my area. I don't go into other people's neighborhoods and try and intimidate them. I protect my people.
Are you giving out your name?
No, I'm okay with that. Our neighborhood's showing up.
You guys had a lot of people out here, right?
At least 30 or more.
Yeah.
40 or 50.
That's pretty good for a quick turnout.
So it's pretty good for a quick turnout. Now, I gotta say this, fam. There has been a lot of claims lately of provocateurs popping up in Minnesota and other parts of the country who appear to be for the people, right? And they're making inflammatory comments towards law enforcement and ICE and anybody else that's looking for trouble. It's saying like, we're ready. We're ready. We're here to defend the people, and we're here to defend ourselves, our Second Amendment rights and the Constitution and all of that stuff, man. We're ready. We're ready to squat. We're ready for it. We're ready for it. And there are some people that people are saying who are ops. They're saying some of these people are provocateurs. Some of them are straight up ops who are trying to get something kicked off. Some of them are working for the government. Now, I'm not saying this guy is, but I'm saying that some of these people out here are working directly with the government. I want to send a quick shout out before I go any further to Freedom News TV. I'm assuming that is the people behind this video. That's the name I saw in the video, so I'm giving them the credit. So anyway, fam, yeah, people are, popping up armed and things, and they're talking about what they're going to do to the police and what they're going to do to ICE or whoever try to, run up in their house or run down on them and their people. So the message is, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. If it's real, you want to hook up with somebody and you did your homework, you did your research, you vetted the person and the people who's involved in the organization, I think it's a noble thing to click up and protect your neighborhood. It's an honorable thing, but you got to be very careful about the people you move with. You got to be very careful because some of these people work directly with the government. And if you think about it, fam, it's quite crafty. It's quite crafty. They pay people to go into the neighborhood and be antagonists in hopes of drawing others to them. So perhaps we can draw anybody toward them. We can root them out. We can draw the people toward them who got that energy, who got that real fight in them, who want to do something gangster, who want to knock down an ICE agent, a member of law enforcement, whatever, who want to ride, who want to tear something up. So that's a hell of a piece of bait right there, to have somebody who is allegedly of kindred spirits, a like-minded individual who's ready to ride, who's tired of being messed around by the government, being treated badly, being taken advantage of. We can get those people all to come to this guy over here, and we can get all these guys in this area right here to gravitate toward this guy. Then we can take them all down one by one. We can pay this guy what we owe him and let him be on his way and send him somewhere else. Maybe retire him for the rest of his life. Or he kind of go back to civilian life as if nothing ever happened. Yeah. That's a serious thing, fam. That's something to consider. It's also something to consider that they would hire a provocateur to get people all riled up and make them think that they can behave in the same way. And then they try to behave in the same way. ICE, they ready for it. They ready for the drama. So as soon as they try it, boom, casket. Boom, casket. Boom, casket. Boom, casket. Yeah, think about what I'm saying, fam. Yeah. And I got a couple of interviews coming up on this subject right here that I'm talking about. These provocateurs. But he is open carry, right? And so I was curious about, what does Minnesota law say about open carry? Minnesota allows open carry of handguns, but requires a permit to carry, otherwise known as a PTC, and it's legal to carry openly or concealed with that permit. A PTC is needed for both open and concealed carry, and the firearm must be a handgun, not a rifle or shotgun, with restrictions on locations like schools, courthouses, and private property. Key points for open carry in Minnesota. Permit required. You must have a valid Minnesota permit to carry, to openly carry a handgun in public. No distinction. Minnesota law doesn't differentiate between open and concealed carry. A permit allows either method. Handguns only. The permit covers handguns, long guns, which are rifles and shotguns. They have different rules, often requiring them to be unloaded and cased in vehicles. Prohibited locations. Open carry is banned in places like schools, daycare centers, courthouses, prisons, and on private property where firearms are prohibited. Not constitutional carry. Minnesota does not have permitless carry, constitutional carry, meaning a permit is always required for public carry. In summary, if you have a Minnesota permit to carry, you can openly carry a handgun, but you must know and follow all state-specific rules and location restrictions. And that ain't legal advice. That's what the internet says. All right? So don't be telling me nothing about like, man, you told me I could openly carry and I ended up in jail. Hey, man, do your own research. Now, so after, doing the research, I'm not sure if Buddy can legally carry that gun, because it says specifically handguns you can openly carry, right? You can open carry handguns, but they have restrictions on shotguns and rifles being openly carried. What's the difference? I got it, size and, the amount of damage it can do, but damn, openly carry is openly carry. That's the only thing that makes me a little suspicious of Buddy. It makes me a little suspicious because if he does, so imagine if he was an op. Let's say he was a provocateur working for the government, let's say. And he's out there openly carrying a gun that he know he cannot openly carry. And then some other people see him doing it, so they do it. They go out there and do it, and they get themselves arrested. Or they find themselves in a shootout with the police, and you know how that go. So, I don't know. It's hard to know, fam. You can't really know nothing for sure unless you know something for sure. You dig what I'm saying? So, hopefully Buddy is on the up and up. He's standing his ground. You like to see that. You like to see Americans stand their ground against tyranny, against bullies, which is exactly what ICE is. Organized, I don't even know if they're organized, but uniformed bullies. uniformed bullies with badges and guns who have been given a directive to terrorize their communities, terrorize others' communities, intimidate the people. Family, I can get it if you're doing this stuff to criminals, but you're terrorizing law-abiding citizens. You're terrorizing the working class. People who are part of the working class already got enough damn problems just trying to make ends meet. You did? Because those are the only neighborhoods they're terrorizing. You're not going to see them terrorizing neighborhoods with mansions. You're not going to see that. You're absolutely not going to see them pull up on Fifth Avenue and running up in the hotels on Fifth Avenue, or running up in those high rises and intimidating people. Even if it is a person that's an immigrant in those buildings, they will not be dragging people from those buildings. So once again, this is this bully culture where they're bullying people who can't necessarily, I was about to say can't necessarily defend themselves. You can always defend yourself if you choose to. But they're defending low-income communities where people are less likely to defend themselves because a lot of people just don't know their rights. And they're less likely to go after the perpetrators, the criminals who violate their rights. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense? They're targeting people who already got it bad. They targeting people who are already going through it. So imagine you're going through it, fam. You're just trying to make ends meet. And next thing you know, somebody kicking in your door. Man, you can't pay to get that damn door fixed as it is. The landlord don't want to do repairs as it is. And here they come, the uncivilized mutts kicking in your door. This ain't what we signed up for, man. This is not what we signed up for. I wish that it was a way that we could hit a button and next thing you know, the real soldiers come out. Like real troops come out. Real politicians step up. Some politicians with some guts. Because we gave them the power thinking that they were going to look out for us, right? We gave them the power to actually stop something like this from happening. But instead of them standing up for the people, standing with the people, they're over there in Congress, hiding in their office with the door locked, scared to death. Just wasted power. No more talk.